Dear students, welcome to Swayam SHIKSHAA. Now, welcome to our mains Maniac series. So, today we are going to discuss a question related to internal security. So, in internal security, basically, most of the time, there are questions related to Northeast, there are questions related to cross-border movement of insurgents, etc. So, this is a 2019 question which says the cross-border movement of insurgents is only one of the several security challenges facing the policing of the border in Northeast India. And then it says examine the various challenges currently emanating across India, Myanmar border. Also discuss the steps to counter these challenges. Now, for such questions, basically, we can also come up with an introduction which says maybe something like India-Myanmar border stretches across 1643 kilometers. Okay, and it has a border with Indian states like Arunachal, Nagaland, Manipur, and Mizoram. Okay, so here you can straight away start the introduction with that particular fact, or we can also start the intro saying that India-Myanmar border is highly porous, which is poorly guarded and underdeveloped, and it faces several challenges due to proximity to Golden Triangle, etc. So that can be another way of introducing this particular question. Now, coming to various challenges, now what we should understand is the first and the main problem here is the boundary was demarcated by an agreement in 1967. And because of tribal linkages across this border line is not accepted by many. That is something which we should understand. So this 1967 boundary agreement is not accepted by many. And Assam Rifles is basically the guarding force for this border. And that is one more important fact which you should be knowing. So why there are other challenges in this particular area? So first and foremost, this particular boundary is rugged and it has an inhospitable border. The terrain across, it's a very difficult terrain. So illegal activities, along with that, overall development in this region is becoming very difficult. And there are a lot of ethnic ties and other internal dynamics in this particular region. Okay, so because of this tribal loyalties, etc., there are issues. So one important aspect is the free movement regime, which is also responsible to some extent for smuggling, etc. So because of this internal ties, there is easy movement. That is basically what is this free movement regime is. The tribal, it permits basically tribal living along the border to travel almost like 16 kilometers across the border without any visa restriction. So there's no restriction here. And because of that, it is also becoming a hub for safe haven for some of the militant organizations like ULFA, NSCNK, etc., etc. So this is one big challenge. Along with that, the connectivity is also less because some projects like Kaladan Multimodal Project or India-Myanmar Thailand Trilateral Highway Project, etc., there is no progress. And one more important aspect in this particular India-Myanmar situation is the infrastructure facility across the border checkpoints is very limited. Okay, so Mora Zokawara, so there if you see the infrastructure development is very, very limited. Okay, another important issue is the Rohingya issue. That is, you have influx of illegal migrants, for example, Rohingyans coming from Myanmar, etc. So that is also one more big challenge. And when it comes to security forces also, the Assam Rifles, the most of their time is going into counter-insurgency rather than border guarding, etc. So these are some of the important issues or challenges. Now, the next important aspect is how do we counter these challenges? Now, what has to be done to counter these challenges? That's very important here. So one is we have to come up with effective border management. So there was this Madhav Godball task force formed in 2001. Okay, so it talks about the techniques of effective border management, and along with that, there should be strengthening ties with Myanmar, which is very, very important. Okay, and improving, how do we strengthen something like improving joint military exercises between two countries, etc. And there should be a cooperation of at the regional level also, maybe like with organizations like BIMSTEC. These are basically political and diplomatic initiatives that has to be brought in. Along with that, there should be some revision of this free movement regime. Revision of free movement regime is basically, we can come up with reducing the permitted distance where the tribals can move without a license. So that is again very, very important to handle smuggling, etc. Then strengthening the security of the border, maybe strengthening Assam Rifles, etc., or BSF, these aspects. We can also write some more points, of course, like people-to-people cooperation, and one important aspect is sustained community interaction programs. That is basically bringing in tribal participation in nation building, which is very, very crucial for a comprehensive integrated border management system. Okay, so some narrow points like CCTV and thermal imaging equipment, etc. All that. Okay, so these are some of the counter challenges, steps to counter challenges. Now, how do we conclude? We can say that India and Myanmar were friendly neighbors since the ancient past. So the people have developed close ties or bonds among themselves. Okay, so there should be a mutual trust that has to be developed between both of them through sharing of energy, technology, space, defense, which is very, very important to handle not just problems related to insurgents, but all other problems. So this is how we can conclude. I hope you like this video and our program is helping you. If you like this video, please do comment. Your comments are very important. They act as a booster for us to work hard for your mains. Okay, so please do comment in the comment box. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And for these slides, you can come down to our Telegram channel. It is there in the description box, Swayam SHIKSHAA. So do join our Telegram channel for very good material. Okay. So please do remember that getting that one extra mark or value addition becomes very crucial with respect to our scores. Okay, so because for example, OC cutoff was 953 and many have lost by a very, very narrow margin. So 1 mark per question, if you are improving, it almost brings in more than 100 marks, 115 marks more. So this becomes very crucial in general studies. Signing off, thank you.